A number of countries are already sending search and recovery crews in addition to funding. But the ongoing civil war in Syria is making it difficult for some aid to reach the areas hit the hardest. Emily Taylor has been following this story. Emily, what is the latest on the rescue effort in Syria?
Yeah, Kelly, at last update, 7,700 people have died and another 35,000 to be considered injured. Of those, 2,000 those deaths are in Syria, and that country is facing additional challenges with its rescue teams, the lack of equipment and funding. Glimmers of hope in another devastating day for Turkey and Syria. 2 children rescued from the rubble of a building in Jandaris. A magnitude 7.8 earthquake leveled thousands of buildings across the 2 nations yesterday, killing more than 7,000 and burying thousands more among the rubble. The death toll is expected to rise as rescue efforts continue.
Syria is absolutely unprepared for such a catastrophe.
Rescue efforts have been especially strained in Syria, a country that has been embroiled in civil war for more than a decade. One of the hardest hit regions is the country's northwest, a rebel-held territory that was already in desperate need of humanitarian aid.
It's a tragedy piling upon other tragedies that are taking place in Syria. You have a lot of US sanctions. We need to lift them. We don't have equipment to remove the rubbles. We don't have medical equipment. We don't have medicine.
For Syria, some of their buildings or some of their structures has already been damaged due to the civil war. And so they are not really in a good condition to withstand such a big catastrophic earthquake.
And some of that pre-existing damage, along with poorly enforced building codes, led more structures to collapse entirely in the quake, leaving little chance for residents to escape.
If a building in a modern area is hit by a really big earthquake, it is likely to be damaged. We would expect that there would be huge loss to property from an earthquake like this, but we shouldn't have anywhere near the number of collapses that we're seeing here.
Unsafe infrastructure is also making it more challenging to send much-needed aid into Syria.
Syria has been ravaged by the civil war. More than 12 years now. So you are not talking about safe roads. You are not talking about safe bridges. And listen what happened now. You are not talking about safe buildings.
The United Nations echoed this call.
The infrastructure is damaged. Roads that we used to use for humanitarian work are damaged. We have to be creative in how to get to the people and how to get to them the assistance.
Earlier today, the UN said that roads leading to the only humanitarian corridor from Turkey to Syria were damaged in yesterday's disaster, temporarily stopping any crossing. Canada has promised $10 million in aid to both nations and is looking to deploy search and medical teams after it first receives an assessment from the UN's disaster response team. The minister didn't say how long that could take. The United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken also committed to helping.
Both of our countries are working very hard to support Turkey and the Syrian people in their hour of need. We've deployed more than 150 search and rescue personnel.
But aid isn't so simple in Syria. The fractured government and rebel-held regions means the nation relies on NGO support rather than direct government funding.
Those people already needed assistance. Now they will need more of that assistance, and they need an immediate earthquake-related assistance.
The Turkish government says more than 16,000 teams are working on search and recovery right now, with more international teams to be added.